Down by the pines where the footpath bends, light on the needles came loose again. Dust on the hem of a worn-out shirt, hands full of smoke in the clean brown earth. Somewhere beyond all the fence post lines, crows crossed over in a slant of time. Nothing was said, but the hills made room, holding the hush like a living tune. Back where the road by the cornfield curled, summer once felt like the whole wide world. Singing in a dog asleep, wind through the clover grown tall and deep, deep. Now all those hours lie under the skin, quiet as roots where the stones sink in. Years don't leave with the day's last light, they stay like dust in the boards at night. Where the tall grass bows and sways, small doubts loosen and drift away. Out where the distance thins the name, nothing is lost, just turned and changed. So I walk slow where the long fields breathe, where the dark comes down through the trembling leaves. There in the space where the fire burns thin, something goes quiet and opens within. Under a sky too wide to hold, even my questions grow small and cold. Maybe belief is a step, then a stone, a voice in the dust saying you're not alone. Not in the loud way the bright tongues claim, more like a path still keeping your name. So I walk slow where the long fields breathe, where the dark comes down through the trembling leaves. There in the space where the fire burns thin, something goes quiet and opens within.
Dry grass bowing at the edge of the grave, light through the cottonwoods thinning to shade. Smoke from the campfire caught in my sleeves, ash in the cup and the burrs in the seams. Far down the trail where the blue ridges lay, Silence kept step with the end of the day. Out where the whole of the valley could spread, small were the words that kept circling my head. Past the split fence and the elderberry line, past where the blackbirds rose out of the vines. Thought of the house with the jar by the sink, paint on the doorway all faded and thin. We were all scraped up hands and grass-stained jeans, running through fields till the porch light came green. Now every mile puts a little more grace on what has been lost and what still keeps its place. Maybe the soul is a road made of dust, shaped by its leaving and worn by its trust. Maybe a home is the sound of your name, carried by pines though the years never came. So let me rest where the tall shadows fall, under a sky that is wide over all, small as a coal in the heel of the night, still giving off one dependable light. No grand reply, no clean certain end, just breathing the ground and the dark like a friend. One slow owl turning the hush into sound, one bright star pinned where the ridgeline went down. And all that I thought I had to make plain softened like smoke and grew thin in the grain. So let me rest where the tall shadows fall, small as a coal in the heel of the night. No grand reply and no clean certain end, just breathing the ground and the dark like a friend.
By the cut of the field where the old grass leaned, day fell apart in a hush of green. Boots found the path where the briars thinned, dust rose soft in the cedar wind. Fire by the campsite breathed and swayed, throwing its light on the tools we made. Far down the hill through the settling shade, a quiet road bent and forgot its name. Back near the porch where the screen door slammed, evening would gather in jars and pans. hands move like a creek through stone. Gone from the hand, but they hum in the bones. Touch one board in the back shed wall, and the years come loose through the dust and all. Out where the blackbirds turn and rise, doubt gets smaller in the open sky. Out where the earth keeps a slower time, hard thoughts soften and fall in line. Let me go where the long trail fades, where the pine smoke lifts and the light gives way. There in the stillness, wide and deep, something unnamed comes close to speak. Not with a shout, not bright, not grand, more like a flame learning how to stand. Maybe belief is a weather track, half of it forward, half looking back. Maybe the soul is a borrowed spark, warm for a while in the breathing dark. Let me go where the long trail fades, where the pine smoke lifts and light gives way. There in the stillness, wide and deep, something unnamed comes close to speak.
Lantern smoke rose in a slow, crooked line, up through the oak leaves and out of my mind. Blueprints faded in the dust of the bend, like all the hard questions that never could end. Far in the middle, the tall grasses swayed, soft as a hand on the names that have changed. Out where the silence was honest and plain, even the sorrow felt lighter than rain. Down by the road where the fence wire hung, past the old field where the blackbirds had come. Thought of a house with a creek out behind, mug on the railing, work shirts on the line. We were all freckles and rust on the skin, running through thistle and bramble and wind. Now every mile puts a year in my bones, still something in me keeps calling it home. Maybe belief is a place in the chest, not loud like a sermon, just quiet as breath. Maybe the truth is a path through the weeds, there when you need it, then gone when you leave. So let me move with the weight of the land, smoking my clothes and the dirt on my hands, small in the spread of the hillside and sky, still with a song that I can't justify. Some things are lost, but they still leave a flame, burning a while in the dark of your name. No grand sign written in cedar and stone, just one low fire and the way it held on, and the night opening wide through the trees, making a small kind of grace out of me. So let me move with the weight of the land, small in the spread of the hillside and sky. Some things are lost, but they still leave a flame, burning a while in the dark of your name.
On a narrow trail where the birches bowed, the evening settled soft and slow, dust on the cuff and the scent of flame. Smoke rode a line, then it slipped away. Far through the field past a rusty wire, cattle bells rang and the light climbed higher. Nothing but pine in the turning land, and a quiet worth I could barely understand. Back by the house with a chipboard trail, summer would breathe through the window screen. Mother kept time with a dishpan song, low and true as the creek ran on. Now those days live in the grain of wood, in the old shed door, in the split fence post. Touch one memory, the rest arrive like swallows circling at the edge of night. Out where the long hills fade from sight, small fears loosen in the dying light. Out where the dark meets open air, even my doubt sounds softer there. So let me rest where the fire burns thin, where the earth stays wide and the stars lean in. Here in the hush of the grass and stone, what I have carried grows light as smoke under a sky that will not explain. I learned to be small and be unafraid. Maybe belief is a weathered road, half made of silence, half made of hope. Maybe the heart is a camping flame, brief in the dark but bright all the same. So let me rest where the fire burns thin, where the earth stays white and the stars lean in. Here in the hush of the grass and stone, what I have carried grows light as smoke. Lantern has drifted and settled like silt, low in the grass where the campsite was built. Pines held the dusk in their resonant bark, creek water carried the edge of the dark. Out past the fire where the footpath ran thin, stone after stone disappeared in the dim. Somewhere the hills took the day in their hands, folded it down with the hush of the land. Further along where the field opened wide, grew up by the side. Thought of the house with a bend in the frame, screen door tapping when the evening came. We were all pockets with pebbles and string, mud on our ankles and sap on our skin. Now every mile puts a year in the ground, still that old doorway comes back as a sound. Maybe belief is a mark in the clay, left by a foot when the light falls away. Maybe a home is a note in the pines, heard for a breath and it thins with a let me stay, where the slow shadows pass, small as a spark in the sweep of the grass, smoke in my shirt and the dirt in my hands, taking what peace I can have from the land. Some things go missing and still leave a trace, some things grow distant and keep their old place. Settled again. So let me stay where the slow shadows pass, small as a spark in the sweep of the grass. Some things go missing and still leave a trace, some things grow distant and keep their old place.
At the edge of the ridge where the tall pines sway, a fire burned down to a thread of gray. Smoke went up through the afterlight, thin as a prayer in the coming night. Boots on the dirt and a pack set down. No other voice for a mile around. Somewhere below where the back roads bend, the day let go without a sound or end. There was a porch with a jar of nails, a sink full of peaches and open mail. Mother would laugh when the screen door rang, low like a hymn that the supper pan sang. Now that house lives in the boards of my check, in the smell of the cedar and the need for rest. Years did not leave, they just changed their form, like fields go to seed when the air turns warm. Out where the black earth drinks the rain, old hurt loosens its knotted chain. Out where the distance outgrows the name, even my dial burns soft in the flame. So let me walk where the long trail thins, where the grass leans close and the dust sets in. Here in the hush where the fire breathes slow, something broken learns how to glow under a sky that is wide and plain. Small as a shadow, I stand the same. Maybe belief is a borrowed spark, held in the hand through the cedar dark. Maybe the heart is a weathered stone, worn for a while, then left alone. So let me walk where the long trail thins, where the grass leans close and the dust sets in. Here in the hush where the fire breathes slow, something broken learns how to glow.
Camp smoke hung in the crook of the trees, low with the hush and the resinous breeze. Firelight moved on the stones by my feet, red as a pulse in the darkening heat. Out past the rain where the last hill rolled wide, day left a stain on the blue mountainside. Nothing but crickets and dust on the air. Still every silence felt fuller than prayer. Down where the path cut through clover and reed, grass brushed my shins with its whispering seed. Thought of the porch with the warped wooden rails, screen door knocking in sun-faded paint. We were all pockets with pebbles and string, chest it comes back as a sound. Maybe belief is a call in the grave. Not much for looking, but willing to wait. Maybe a home is a turn in the road, gone when you pass it, but there in the bones. So let me stay where the tall shadows lean, small as a spark in the sweep of the green. Smoke in my shirt and the dirt in my hands, learning how little I have to understand. Some things grow faint, but they never quite leave. Some things go quiet and still make you breathe. One lone owl stitched through the edge of the black. No kind of answer, just night looking back. And all of my doubt, like the ash from the fire, rose for a moment, then settled down tired. So let me stay where the tall shadows lean, small as a spark in the sweep of the green. Some things go quiet and still make you breathe. Some things go quiet and still make you breathe. Some things grow faint, but they never quite leave.
Lantern light lit on the edge of the pines. Smoke from the fire climbed thin through the night. Boots by the log and the kettle gone dry. Crickets below and a black open sky. Out past the ring where the last sparks fell, trail met the dark like a half-kept spell. Somewhere the hills held the day in their scene, quiet and white as a half-remembered dream. Down in the grass where the old path curves, dust on my cuffs and the shy wood stirs. Thought of the house with a slant porch floor, screen door rocking on a nail-worn door. We were all levels in sun-brown sheds, running through clover with birds in our skin. Now every mile puts a year in the frame. Still that small yard calls me back by name. Maybe the heart is a field at dusk, holding his heat when the light goes rust. Maybe belief is a low fire's glow. Not much to look at, but enough to know. So let me go where the long grass hides, under the sweep of the darkening sky, small as a coal in the heel of the earth, warm with the smoke and the stains of the dirt. No clear word and no bright release, just this slow road and a little peace. I moved in through the cedar shade, soft on the stones where my shadow lay. Nothing was answered, but nothing was wrong. Even my doubt had a place in the song. So let me go where the long grass sighs, small as a coal in the darkening sky. No clear word and no bright release, just this slow road and a little peace.
Smoke in the cedar kept low to the ground. Night pressed a hush where the old pines surround. Boots by the fire and the kettle gone still. Ash on the sleeve and a chill in the hill. Far through the dark where the slow creek unwinds, something in me kept pace with the pines. Like every small question I carried for years, learned how to breathe in the heat and the clear. Morning came thin through a tangle of leaves, gold on the stones and the dust on my jeans. Down by the trail where it bends out of sight, birdsong was sowing the blue into light. Thought of the house with a cut in the porch, names in the cedar and moths by the torch. How we grow out of the places we know, still hear them call in the wind when we go. Maybe the heart is a road through the grass, worn by the weight of what leaves and what lasts. So let me walk where the tall shadows lean, small as a spark in the breath of the green, trusting the hush where no clear answer lives, taking the day for the little it gives, holding my doubt like a stone in my hand, warm from the fire and the shape of the land. Some truths are only a bend in the trail, there then they're gone and they still leave a rail. So let me walk where the dancer lives, taking the day for the little it gives.
Late in the clearing, the kettle sang low. Smoke climbed the line where the dust could go. Pine roots twisted through the blackened ground, holding the fire where the stones lay round. Far off the highway was only a seam, fading to hush at the edge of the trees. Nothing but ember and whippoorwill, and the long slow turn of a breathing hill. Back on my mind was a gravel drive, tall weeds leaning where the fence went wide. Mother would call when the light got red, naming the wind in the sky overhead. Years have a way of going to seed, hiding in bark and the birds in the weeds. Touch one branch and the whole thing shakes, like an old house stirring under its aches. Out where the darkness of small sounds ring, faith is a thin, unpromising string. Still in the pause where the night birds start, something keeps time with a stubborn heart. So let it be slow, let it be plain. Fire in the grass, dust in the grain. Here where the silence widens the land, lost is a thing I can finally stand. Under the sweep of a star-worn sky, even the herd has a gentler size. To be brief and bright, ash on the boot in the afterlight. Maybe that's all that the tall trees know. Hold to the ground and learn to let go. So let it be slow, let it be plain. Fire in the grass and dust in the grain. Here where the silence widens the land, lost is a thing I can finally stand. Ooh. Ooh. grass shining by the side of the track, a light in the hollows and a map in my lap. Smoke from the fire in the hem of my clothes, day leaning down where the long meadow goes. Somewhere a crow cut a line through the blue, sounded like leaving, like telling the truth. Feet found the earth in a slower old way, as if the ground had a language to say. Out past the fence where the low hillside turns, past by the field where the brush pile burns. Thought of the porch and the board split thin, screen door slamming, dust coming in. We were all knees, all daylight and breath, running barefoot through the clover and scent. Now every road puts a little more space between who I was and the shape of that place. Maybe the soul is a path through the weeds, marked by the weight of our wants and our needs. Maybe belief is a small, stubborn flame nobody sees, but it stays just the same. So I walk on where the tall grasses bend, past what was broken and what would not mend. Small in the hush of the wide open land, with smoke in my shirt and the dirt on my hands. Trusting the day, though it won't make it clear. Some things grow quiet before they draw near. Night comes soft over the sycamore line, stars in the black like a thought half divine. No grand answer, no bright holy sign, just breath in my chest, keeping time after time. So I walk on where the tall grasses bend, small in the hush of the wide open land. Trusting the day, though it won't make it clear. Some things grow quiet before they draw near.
Cedar smoke settled low over the ground. Fire gave out with a soft cracking sound. Tin cup cooling beside my boot heel. Night in the trees made the whole valley still. Far on the ridge where the last light was laid, shadows grew long in the blue of the shade. Out in that hush where the dark opened wide, even old questions grew gentle inside. Down through the field where the tall yarrows swayed, past the bent gate and the barn boards decayed. Thought of the house with the worn kitchen chair, moss at the window in the air. We were all elbows in grass stained just one low star and the pine shadows there, and my breath moving steady and slow, enough for the next little stretch of the road. So let me walk where the slow hillside bends, small as a spark in the sweep of the land. Some things grow far and still feel like home. Some things are lost and still lead us on.
Lantern glow, lay low on the clearing that night. Smoke from the cedar rose thin in the light. Boot soles covered in the red of the trail. Dust on the cuff and the creek in the veil. Out where the ridge line was holding the day, pines kept still in their weathered old way. Nothing but crickets and one turning breeze. Still all my doubt grew quiet in the trees. Down through the field where the long grass is bent, past the split rail and the place where it leans. Thought of the house with the loose kitchen screen, paint in the corners gone faded and thin. We were all scraped, marked hands and sun-brown skin, running through clover till stars pulled us in. And now every mile puts a year on my name. Still in the dark, it keeps sounding the same. Maybe belief is a path in the weeds, there when you need it, then gone when you leave. Maybe a home is a low burning flame, small in the wind, but it stays all the same. So let me walk where the last light stays, under the hush of the open space, small as a spark in the breath of the land. Smoke in my shirt and the dirt on my hands. Some things go far, but they don't disappear. Some things fall still and keep living right here. One lone owl turned through the black overhead. One thin star hung where the hillside had bent. No kind of answer came down through the air, just enough peace for the next step to bear. So let me walk where the last light stays,
Boot tracks faded where the dry leaves fell. Past the last fence in the old handwell. Smoke from the fire in the cuff of my coat. Pine in the air, dust in my throat. Light moves slow on the back of the hill. Everything white, everything still. Out where the trail and the silence meet, the earth kept time under worn out feet. Down through the grass where the field road ran, past the stone wall and the rusted can. Thought of the house with the patched up screen, the porch sunk low and the paint gone green. We were all noise in the heat of July, barefoot and loud under one big sky. Now every mile and every bend shows what was taken and what will remain. Maybe the heart is a lantern flame, small in the wind, but it stays the same. Maybe the truth is a quiet sound, something you lose, then it leads you around. So let me walk where the blackbirds rises, through the tall grass and the evening light. Small as a match in the breathing land. Smoke on my shirt and dirt on my hands. No clear sign and no grand design. Just this slow road and this life of mine. Night leaned down through the cedar limbs. Stars came out where the ridge grew thin. Nothing was said, but the dark made room, and even my doubt found a way to bloom. So let me walk where the blackbirds rise. Small as a match in the evening light. No clear sign and no grand design. Just this slow road and this life of mine.
Smoke from the cedar rose thin and slow, threading the dark where the soft winds go. Dust on my boots and a spark in the leaves. Night held its breath in the crook of the trees. Far through the meadow the old road ran, been like a question behind the lane. Somewhere an owl cut a shape through the black. and all that was lost came quietly back. Morning unstitched from the healing gold, warming the pine and the fence gone old. I walk that trail where the grass is lean, past broken boards in the sunlit green. Thought of the house with the chip flake paint, my mother humming through heat and grain. Years don't vanish, they settle deep, low as the roots where the dark things sleep. Out where the wide earth carries the sound, small words of doubt get worn in the ground. Out where the long light loosens its hold, even a heart quiets and folds. So let me stay where the fire burns low, where time moves on, but it doesn't show. Here in the hush of the field and flame, nothing is fixed, but it stays the same. Under that sky with its unmarked span, I learn how little I am and stand. Tall pines grow to feel this life like a hand on stone, steady and brief and not my own. So let me stay where the fire burns low, where time moves on, but it doesn't show. Here in the hush of the field and flame, nothing is fixed, but it stays the same.
Dust on the trail and the stain in the sky, pines standing still while the daylight went by. Smoke from the fire in the fold of my coat, ash on the cuff and the black in my throat. Out where the ridge cut a line through the blue, silence came down like a word that was true. Nothing was asking to turn or explain, just ground underfoot in the slow evening rain. Down through the field where the old fence went slack, past the lean barn and the sumac out back. Thought of the house with the boards but they don't let go. Some things burn soft in the places below. Where the last light thinned, night moved in through the cedar limbs. No clear answer fell out of the air, just enough peace to be quietly there. So let me walk where the long shadows lie, small as a spark in the wide open sky. Some things grow far, but they don't let go. Some things burn soft in the places below.
Dust on the road and a glow in the west. Pine standing still like a hand on my chest. Smoke from the campfire caught in my clothes, ash in the seams and the heel of my soles. Out where the hillside gave way to the plain, light held on long like a half-spoken name. Nothing but crickets and one slowing breeze. Still something in me grew quiet with the trees. Down by the creek where the flat rocks lay warm, grass at the banks bending soft in a swarm. Thought of the house with the screen door swing, mug on the rail and the well-rope string. We were all freckles and grass on our knees, running through clover and climbing for leaves. Now every mile puts a hush on that ground. Still in the dark it comes back as a sound. Maybe belief is a path through the brush, not marked very clear, but it asks for your trust. Maybe a home is a low embered glow, gone from the eye, but it won't let you go. So let me stay where the last light leans, small as a spark in the breath of the green. Smoke in my shirt and the dirt in my hands, learning to love what I can't understand. Some things grow far but they don't disappear. Some things go still and keep living right here. One thin star over the ridgeline shone, no kind of answer, just not being alone. And all of my doubt, like a bird in the grass, rose for a second, then let the night pass. So let me stay where the last light leaves, small as a spark in the breath of your green. they don't disappear.
Firelight thin on the edge of the storms. Smoke climbs slow through the dark of the oaks. Boot prints pressed in the red of the clay. Last light hung on at the close of the day. Out where the trail left the campground behind, pines held a hush like a hand holds a line. Nothing but crickets and bark in the breeze. Still every silence said more than it seemed. Down through the field where the tall grasses bowed, past the split fence and the sun had gone wild. Thought of the house with the sag and the screen, paint on the doorway all weathered and thin. We were all elbows in grass on our knees, running through clover and climbing the trees. Now every mile puts a year in my face. Still hear that porch and the bones of each place. Ooh. Maybe belief is a road made of dust, faint in the dusk, but it still asks for trust. Maybe a home is a low burning flame, small in the wind, but it stays all the same. So let me walk where the long shadows fall, small as a spark by the side of it all. Smoke in my shirt and the dirt in my hands, learning to live with what I understand. Some things go missing and still leave a light. Some things grow quiet and stay through the night. One lone owl turned through the black overhead. One thin star hung where the ridge line had bent. No kind of answer came down from above, just enough peace for the next step to trust. So let me walk where the long shadows fall, small as a spark by the side of it all. Some things go quiet and stay through the night. Fence posts leaning in the yellowing weeds, sun through the branches caught up in the leaves, dust on the hem and a burn in the knees, trail running out by the sycamore trees. Fire left a ribbon of smoke in my shirt, hands held the dark and the pine in the dirt. Out where the light on the far hill would fall, the world felt wide and my voice felt small. Down near the creek where the flat stones lay, time moves slow in a barefoot way. Thought of the house with the bend in the screen, paint wearing thin and the porch gone green. We knew the fields by the birds in our socks, by the sound of the rain in the old feed box. Now every mile puts a hush in my chest, shows what has changed and what never left. Maybe faith is a path through grass, faint at first but it holds when you pass. Maybe home is a sound in the pines, gone from the road, but it stays in the mind. So I go where the long light stays, over the hill, through the sunlit haze, carrying names that the years let fade, warm as a coal in the palm they laid, small in a field where the shadows breathe, still finding truth in the things that leave. Sign in the evening air, just one slow start and the crickets there, and the heart like a lantern turned down low, given enough for the next step home. So I go